I mean, wait till they got that thing again, bench warrants. That is to say, they will use police to drag them into that courtroom to come and answer Nnamdi Kanu. So to some of you who have no idea how this works, right? I'll give you an idea. Excuse me. Take a look at the list of the people Nnamdi Kanu wants to be invited. I did a piece on this yesterday, remember? I did a piece on this yesterday, and which was that why is he inviting all of these people? Well, here is one. So they say a DSS officer involved in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu and bringing him to Kenya. Bringing him to Nigeria. So he wants to cross-examine the guy, right? So, regarding his direct involvement in the defendant's abduction and illegal transfer, fabrication of witness statements, and custodial abuses. So Nnamdi Kanu will face those who tortured him in court. Also, he wants Buratai the butcher, right? Whose address is on your screen, okay? To testify on the 2017 invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's residence and the chain of command authorizing the military operation. David Umahi, Ebonyi governor, that is a Devil Umahi, right? To testify regarding the proscription of IPOB without judicial order and its consequences. I don't know if some of you will remember this. Do you know that when they proscribed the IPOB, Devil Umahi was the person who announced it on behalf of the Eastern governors? About 2 or so months after, 2 separate courts nullified that proscription in Nigeria, that it was illegal to proscribe IPOB. But Nigerian media continue to push that IPOB is proscribed, and that's why Nigerian soldiers are going everywhere, kidnapping innocent people, killing and jailing others. Devil Umahi is very much involved, and that is why his reward for joining the APC is also to help them kind of like normalize the killings of the young Igbos in the name of fighting IPOB in Eastern Nigeria. So then you have category B. No, so then he himself, Nnamdi Kanu, is going to be, let's finish with this. Right? You have a Ikpeazu to testify on his knowledge and administrative participation in the 2017 military invasion within Abia State. Ikpeazu was the governor of Abia State when Nnamdi Kanu's house was invaded. An attempt to kill Nnamdi Kanu took place. Ikpeazu, who happened to be the governor, was very much involved. The whole process of how the Operation Python dance and the soldiers who went to Nnamdi Kanu's house to kill Nnamdi Kanu, right? Ikpeazu will come around and explain that too, if he comes. Then you have Opus Odinjo, Imo governor, to testify on public statement following Ahmed Gulag's death and subsequent clarification exonerating IPOB. You know why he's calling no places Odingba? It's because APC, Egbekegbe, they said Ahmed Gulag was killed by IPOB sit at home. Only for the truth to come out later that it was their political madness in Imo State that actually orchestrated the killing of a Gulag. They arrested those who killed a Gulag, and they ended up being members of the APC, Egbekegbe. So he's calling on all places Odingba right now to probably come and tell the courts under oath, right, who killed Gulag in Imo State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants Wike, who is now a minister, then governor of Rivers, to testify on the Obigbo massacre following the NSAS protest and the role of security forces under his authority. Sowore. He wants Sowore also to come and testify on the killings of the NSAS. He said to come and testify on the findings of the Lagos State judicial, to testify on the findings of the Lagos State NSAS judicial panel, particularly the Lekki Toll Gate massacre evidencing state pattern of repression. If they follow, so Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, wanted Theophilus Danjuma too. That's why he wants Danjuma and Danjuma's address to testify on his 2018 public warning urging self-defense against infiltrated armed forces, contextualizing the defendant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's advocacy for self-defense. He wants Mr. Oluwatosin Adeola Ajayi, the director of DSS, to clarify public lectures and statements advocating lawful community defense against terrorists and invaders, relevant to interpreting the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's own broadcasts. You see how anyone they use them now to be the witnesses against their own allegations, right? Now, before that, there is another set of his prayers. Nnamdi Kanu wants one barrister, Godwin Kyonye, in Umuahia, Abia State, who is a senior lawyer and community leader. He will testify on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu's good character and standing in his community. Emmanuel Kanu, who is Nnamdi Kanu's brother, will be an eyewitness to the 2017 military invasion of the Nnamdi Kanu's residence, who will testify to the event. Then Nnamdi Kanu himself is going to be, is going to give his own testimony too. Then other witnesses. Sorry, because of our time, right? So I'll leave down the screen for just 2 minutes, or 1 minute rather. So you have the likes of Malami, Abubakar Malamu, to come and testify on the directives and authorization connected with the Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Kenya in June 2021. Rufai Abubakar, who was the director of NIA, to testify on the operational and diplomatic coordination of the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. Yusuf Magaji Bichi, the immediate past, DSS director, yeah? Also to come and testify on the authorization of the kidnapping operation of Nnamdi Kanu. So, all of this, I think I've actually wrapped it up that way. And to those of you who have not possibly seen Nnamdi Kanu, took a fight to the judge that he hates very much and for a very good reason, Binta Nyako. While Binta Nyako was being used to legitimize the illegality of persecution of Nnamdi Kanu, right? Nnamdi Kanu, it didn't take long before telling everybody that how could you expect somebody whose husband and then son have been caught in, EFCC trap, and part of the condition of letting them go was that she must deliver Nnamdi Kanu. So that kind of got to Nyako. So in February, when Nyako won't leave the case, because Nnamdi Kanu kept saying, "I'm not going to stand in front of you. No, I'm not going to have any chat with you. You do not have any right to try me. You, Binta Nyako." It was an heated one. A flashback, today is Thursday, right? I'll give you the full video. Flashback to when Nnamdi Kanu took up his fight. So he took up a fight with a judge, a compromised judge, a very corrupt judge. And she cracked a few hours after that. What Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers couldn't push through, he did in 6 minutes. And guess what? That is what actually led us to where we are today. That's why Nyako is no longer in the picture. Have you seen him before? Not when he's talking to media, talking to the court. I'll show you. Mazi.
He did something in my case. I refused him. He was official. I asked him to refuse himself. Why did the chief judge insist I was right? He left my case. Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy, then you need to go on. No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have refused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman here cannot force these courts to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. A woman should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of managers prosecution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is not a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot try me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you say you have to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His Lordship Peter, you go and try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
The issue of the past that the defendant has indicated that he will not take the formal application. I advise that the Lordship was extremely good for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this is what I'm not well. This is an order of court. An order of court says Justice Beta Nyako is recused. An order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on the case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of, give it to him, he doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. An order, give it, he doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
I ask your permission to address you.
Let me tell
the defendant that in every sinner there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And telling lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting yourself.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside and a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Netanyahu, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Give me your definite date for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Superwoman because it seems she doesn't know the law. So I will tell him, this is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria. National judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria. 1C. I'm reading. Verbatim. In the performance of judicial functions, He did the same thing in my case. I accused him. He was conscious of issue. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge insist I must write it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this,
he did the same thing in my case. I accused him. He was conscious of issue. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge insist I must write it? He left my case.
okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this,
Apologies for that. Okay. So for those of you who probably feels Nnamdi Kanu is like your normal, what do you call it, accused in Nigeria, then you don't know him. You don't. Like I said, he's not actually out to prove anything to anybody or to your court or to win them anymore. Because he can see through the entire manipulation, the compromised judiciary. He's been there severally, 10 years of playing different games, changing their rules in the middle of the game. And he's been asking, is it because it is Nnamdi Kanu? Why must be the rules or the law change when it applies to me? When everybody says this is white, and I say it is white, immediately you say, no, it's no longer white, it is black. Oh, he went on, by the way, to quote this part too.
But that's what you wrote. You said here, my lord, that the defendant has now applied for bail. Now, as I've said earlier, bail is a discretion of the court, taking into consideration all the conditions laid down in Muhammad Abacha v. State. At this stage, I am of the opinion that to make or take a stand on the bail application without first hearing and determining the issue that is glaring in the face, which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June. My lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own ruling, in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why my trial will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. It's here. This is the law of Nigeria.
He was not allowed. He was not allowed free, unfettered access to his own lawyers. His lawyers couldn't even go to his cell. They can't go to his cell, right? The place they are keeping him, to have a chat with him without them being monitored through their CCTV and the rest that picks every sound, every word they say. There's nothing like, okay, you know what? I'm going to scribble some things into the paper. So tell me. No. He couldn't even, like, maybe now, I don't know, maybe they will allow him. They wouldn't allow him to even access any, what do you call it, any of their legal library. Because right now, we need that to do this case, Abby. They won't. So that's why I said that he's not there. If those of you are hearing this, are like, oh, what is he doing? He's arrogant, because that's what they say to you. You need to bow your head. Despite the fact that majority of you are even walking around with bowed head like this, they are still trampling upon you. They still treat you like you are nothing. So what's the point? Why do you have to bow your head for people who have no respect for you anyway? So why not just lift your head up and raise your shoulder high and make them mad like Nnamdi Kanu? He went on to speak to the press. I'm giving you some throwback, so as to imagine what it is going to be like if Rataib the butcher is in the witness box, with the Wike is in the witness box, Defuma is in the witness box. Any of these guys is in that box, taking questions from Nnamdi Kanu, cross-examining them. He knows that Nigerian laws is not potent, where the compromised judiciary is very much on the side of the oppressors. No fear hearing, no fear anything, other than the script given to them by Nnamdi. and his people. Nnamdi Kanu, again in February this year.
On the lower court. So I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination